Rabbi Yaakov Menken is the executive vice president of the Jewish Coalition for Jewish Values, and we welcome him to the show. Rabbi, great to see you as always. Before we begin with the Jewish Summit, a new video has surfaced that's being called Mamdani Unvarnished. Let's listen to this.
That's what we are fighting for. We saw it before with South Africa. We will see it again with Palestine. So let us say that from this day forward, we will stand in solidarity with Palestinians, and we will hold every single person who has power in this city, in this state, and in this country accountable for their incomprehensible fealty to the Israeli state.
Rabbi, I want to get your reaction to that. What are your thoughts?
Well, you have to recognize that Tucker Carlson is now starting to elevate the same kind of rhetoric. But let's take a look at how it plays out with Mamdani. The idea that the Jewish Holy Land should actually be called Palestine is straight out of European Roman colonialists. It's actually a name that Arabs can't even pronounce in their native language. It's not pronounceable in Arabic to start a word with a P sound like that. So that's why they say Palestine, which sounds like a cross between false and Frankenstein, because it actually is. The idea that an Arab is a Palestinian is ahistorical nonsense. Palestinian for the last 2,000 years meant the Jews. The only people called Palestinians were Jews. Palestine has always been nothing more than an attempt by colonialists to dissociate the Jews from Judea, the Israelites from Israel. That's what it's about. That's what that name is about. And so you hear, and by the way, what is he doing? He's presenting you with a narrative that says the Jews are stealing Palestine. The idea that the Jews are stealing is regurgitated rhetoric from the Hitler era. And even earlier, this is ancient anti-Semitism. It's always been the Jews are stealing and the Jews are hostile to everybody else. That's what Mamdani is saying, and frankly, that's what Fuentes is saying also. They may speak it in different languages. They may point to different things. The bottom line is they are both out against the Jews. And that's how you get a fantastically tone-deaf statement from the head of the premier conservative think tank in America.
Yeah, Rabbi Menken, I want to go on to this. Senator Ted Cruz from Texas, he was talking on Thursday, and he said he's seen more anti-Semitism on the right in the past 6 months than, quote, I have seen in my entire life. Then he goes on to say, if you sit there with someone who says Adolf Hitler was very, very cool and that their mission is to combat and defeat global Jewry, and you say nothing, then you're a coward and you are complicit in that evil. Rabbi, I want to get your thoughts on what he had to say. You know, and Tucker claims he's not anti-Semitic, he's just anti-Israel. Make sense of that for us.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's like Tucker Carlson would like to say that from today till tomorrow, because as Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory said when he was addressing the House of Lords in England, most anti-Semites do not view themselves as anti-Semites. They'll make up excuses for what they're saying. Meanwhile, he wants to tell you that the people who plotted to kill Jesus, the Christian God, who wanted to destroy all that is holy in the world, were a bunch of Jews, hummus eaters in Israel, which is an ahistorical reference. The hummus wasn't around until like the 13th century, the Common Era, like less than 1,000 years ago. And you have hummus eaters trying to plot to kill, you know, and that is supposed to be not an anti-Semitic trope when everybody gets that he was talking about the Jews. He's trying to play this game, talk out of both sides of his mouth. It's absolutely crazy. And again, this is the person that Kevin Roberts of Heritage Foundation decided to back. And he decided to back, you know, it's like, you know, anti-Semitism makes decent people do very stupid things. It was right after Carlson had invited Fuentes on his show and did not rebut anything he said. He gave Ted Cruz a hard time. He did not give Fuentes a hard time. And then you go right into the RJC convention. So that's the moment you're going to issue this tweet attaching yourself to Tucker Carlson right after he's elevated Fuentes and right before a bunch of Republican Jews are going to get together and talk about how bad you are. That was the most tone-deafest thing I've ever heard from a major think tank in Washington. Conservative, Democrat, you name it. But the bottom line is the elevation of anti-Semitism that leftist Jews watched happen in the Democratic Party and they never objected. Some people imagine that's not going to happen in the right wing. We're about principle. We're not about politics. If to be the conservative movement is to align yourself with Tucker Carlson, obviously we are gone.
Oh, Rabbi Yaakov Menken, always great to be with you. We always appreciate it. Thank you so much for weighing in.
Thank you so much.